The Worldwide Walker, sponsored by Laramie Cigarettes. Satisfy your T-zone, smoke Laramie cigarettes. Tonight's featurette, Hitler, friend or foe. And also featuring the Carpatho-Russian mines of the Lackawanna River Valley, the backbone of Uncle Sam.
Deep-seated between the great Lackawanna and Lackawaxen rivers sprawls the expanse of land known as the Lackawanna River Valley, rich in minerals such as anthracite coal, which warms millions of hearts across our great and capacious republic. Mining this black diamond are a hard-working race immigrated from the majestic Carpathian mountains of Ruthenia, who escaped the pernicious clutches of the Hun to the wide expanses of liberty afforded only by the United States of America. Columbia has once again opened her arms to embrace a downtrodden people into the bosom of opportunity. With us this evening is a great friend and ally of these neophyte citizens and freshly minted mayor of the great city of Scranton, the Honorable Stanley J. Davis.
Yes, indeed, Samuel. Thank you for having me on this evening.
You're quite welcome, Your Honor.
It's been a long time, Samuel, since you were but a schoolboy in the Wilkes-Barre Public School, and I was one of your instructors. You've come a long way. You were an illustrious student then, and you continue to bring pride and acclaim to your beloved valley now.
I thank you very much. We've invited you to the show tonight to expound a little on this new colorful culture that can only add to the tapestry of our great republic.
It would be my pleasure to do so. The Carpatho-Russian people have only been a part of our community for about a generation now, but already their hard work and patriotism has shown forth, and they are among the most outstanding group of citizens that we have. And we, of course, saw their outpouring of support in the recent mayoral elections for your newly elected mayor, Stanley J. Davis.
And what a mayor you are! Why don't you tell us a little bit about the new policies which you wish to bring forth in your administration?
My administration is going to focus on the continued health and prosperity of the Scranton area in conjunction with our sister cities of Wilkes-Barre, Mayfield, and others. And of course, the Carpatho-Russian community is going to be a huge vertebrae in the backbone of this industrial giant. Recently you gave a speech at the Russian Greek Catholic Orthodox Church just outside of Scranton during one of the most ancient and important holidays of the Carpatho-Russian people. Could you please expound upon this and tell our listeners a little more? Sam, I'm glad you posed the question. It's most important as an aspect of the Carpatho-Russian community. For the last 30 or so years, they've been taking part in a pilgrimage march from Mayfield in our valley out to South Canaan to their monastery. And I was proud to address that humble crowd of pious pilgrims and impart upon them some of my electoral wisdom. I shared with them some thoughts about my agenda for Scranton and for the valley in general, and I reminded them of our common Christian heritage. Among the other things that I told them was that once I assumed mayoral office, all of my constituents would be more than welcome to visit me at my office on the 8th story of the Scranton branch of the Biltmore Hotel. It's important that they remember that I'll be at the Biltmore, not because I own the building. That's not the most important part of this, that they know that they can come to the Biltmore, or that they know that on the 8th floor they who will listen to their concerns and hear their petitions and will try with all diligence to answer all of their queries and inquists.
But, Your Honor, some say that you built the Biltmore using electoral funds.
Samuel, that's patent nonsense. You've known me for a long time to have been an upstanding and honest member of the community. I won't hear any of this loquacious nonsense, ejectation regarding improper use of funds. It's nonsense.
And yet you have other allegations against you, Your Honor, such as those that you are destroying unions across the valley.
These allegations are outrageous, they're fallacious, they're baseless, and also they're not true.
But, Mr. Mayor, how do you expect the people to come see you at the Biltmore if they can't even afford public transportation?
Samuel, I'm still failing to see the direction in which these questions are going. However, it's well understood if you're going to come and visit the mayor that a small, paltry sum could be donated to the electoral coffers of everybody's favorite municipal leader. That isn't outrageous at all. It's patriotic. It is important to note, moreover, that the Carpatho-Russian people are assiduous. They are diligent, they are tenacious, and also they work hard. It should not be difficult for them to pay their favorite mayor a visit, whom they were all so proud to support in the election. At the Biltmore, which is where my office is, on the 8th floor of the Biltmore.
A fine answer, Your Honor. And now a friendly word from our sponsors.
Hello, Colin McAndrews here from your favorite Scotch distillery. You know, when America passed the 18th Amendment and instituted Prohibition, I was under the impression that my poor Scotch factory in Glasgow was going to go under. You have to understand that American Scotch consumption, which was vastly over the healthy amount of consumption for an average human to intake, comprised 80% of my factory's earnings. And now with Prohibition, it looked like this poor Scotch entrepreneur was going to go under. And so the only answer available to an enterprising Scotsman such as myself was to change product. And change product we did. And now our fine American clientele can quench their thirst on some fine Scotch ginger ale. Scotch ginger ale. It's a lozenge for your lonely liver.
And a fine product that is. I myself have consumed about 30 cans just today. I miss booze. And it seems like we're out of time. Before we go, Your Honor, is there anyone to whom you'd like to extend a salutation out there in the ether?
Samuel, I most certainly would. I'd like to extend a permanent and open invitation to that most august member of the Carpatho-Russian community, His Grace Bishop George of Mayfield, Vicar of the Eastern American Diocese. I'd like to remind His Grace that at any point in time he can visit my office on the 8th floor of the Biltmore Hotel.
Your Honor, you've already mentioned the Biltmore many times during this
I know, but I
broadcast.
just want to make sure that the point comes across to your listeners that on the corner of Main Street and 4th Avenue, they'll find the
Your Honor, we thank you for this great information, but it looks like it's time to go.
You'll find me on the left side, having exited the elevator, sitting behind my true mahogany desk.
Well, this is Sam Chase.
It's truly one
signing
of the
off.
perks of the mayoralty.
Cue music.
Please remember to visit the Biltmore.
Thank you and good night.
A small donation.
Next week on Worldwide Walker, we interview the great-nephew of Norton I, Emperor of these United States and Protector of Mexico. Next time on Worldwide Walker, we interview the dog of Franklin Delano Roosevelt, President of these United States.
Way down on the levee in old Alabama, they daddy and mammy, they Ethan and Tammy on a moonlight night. You can find them all while they are waiting. The banjos are syncopating. What's that they're saying? What's that they're saying? While they keep playing, humming and swaying, it's a good ship, Robert E. Lee, that comes to carry the cargo.